YouTube? It is your girl, Chrissy. And listen, I first want to say thank you so much for allowing me to have my 4-week hiatus. I know I was gone for a little while, but I'm back. We're back, and I am here with my man, Papi Jae. Welcome to Cipher Knowledge. Can you introduce yourself to the viewers, please?
How you doing? My name is Papi Jae. Just happy to be here. I've been dying to be a guest, tell you the truth. I'm a big fan of yours.
The lies he spews. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. So listen, I have done a couple of shows with Papi Jae on his own podcast, Talking Real 1000. He is part of the Real Wise production family. So it's great to have you here and having you on my show now. And we do usually one-on-one. Papi Jae usually has a panel of people, but it's all good. It's all good. Hey, what's going on, Brandy? Hello, beautiful person. So, what people don't know about Papi Jae is this man sits behind, you can't see it, but there's a screen above him. And he just stayed watching. I think it's closed now, but he stayed watching that monitor and what's going on with the trading and the stock market and all of that. So before we get into that, I want to know why and how did you find a passion in the stock market? Like, what brought you to the stock market?
The first time I actually learned about the stock, anything about stocks, was when I was incarcerated. And it was a African kid, a gentleman who was in there, and we linked. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't on no real jail time. I always been always trying to figure out what the fuck. Oh, excuse my language. Oh,
bigger girls here.
Oh, all right. So I was always trying to figure out, what the fuck, man? And then he sat me down, and we used to just go through the whole. This is when we was doing it through newspaper. He was just teaching me through newspaper. And I was just like, all right, cool. And I was like, when I get home, yeah, this is the new thing. And then when I got home, still ran down Goofy Street. It wasn't like, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, all right, well, that sounds like work. And I just blew it off. So imagine the stocks I would have learned about then. Some of them companies probably don't even exist. They've been sold out and moved. That's how much evolution happened between.
Right. Acquisition after acquisition.
And then once again, I got in trouble again. DUI. I'll be honest with you. I was just bugging out. And while I was in a DUI, the class for that DMV makes you take, dude was like, yo, they're about to come out with this breathalyzer for marijuana. And this was 2016, 2017.
Wow.
The price for that breathalyzer stock in 2017 was dollars, below 8 cents, 20 cents.
I thought, wow.
Per share. So then when my man died, my neighbor now, we talking stocks. And he got people that he know in there, and we got people we know. We don't just, and then we learn. Anything that I think about, I Google. Then I Google the person who own it, and I Google what they got, and I Google what else is connected to it. Well, his name, linked. It's just homework, which is why I didn't do it before, because you got to be dedicated.
It's work. Well, what is stock trading? So for someone who doesn't have a clue about what we're talking about, what is stock trading?
I'm gonna give you just hood stock.
Hood stock. Give me hood stock. It's all good.
Hood stock 101, because they make this mad complicated.
That's why I got you here. We don't want it complicated.
So you invested in life. Actually, you just invested in life.
So let me ask. So
the beans that's getting grown, where the beans is coming from, sugar, minerals. You are investing in that.
So is it almost being like a silent partner? Like when you go and invest, when you're like, okay, I'm going to buy this many shares for this company at this price. And we'll get into that. But is it almost like being a silent investor?
It's like when they eating, you eating.
Okay.
It's What part of the tree do you want this fruit from? Like that. Do you want to kill yourself trying to get to the top?
Mm-hmm.
You want a good fruit from a good tree. And we invest in so many things that really mean nothing in the grand scheme of things.
So the more, so that's, and I know I gave you like a set of questions, stuff like that, but I'm like, as we talk, things may just kind of develop and morph into its own. So I'm a silent investor. I start, it's 8 cents a share. I start buying at 8 cents a share. Somebody else starts buying at 8 cents. Is it the more that people start to invest in it, the shares start to increase in price for purchase? Because now they're becoming kind of almost supple.
Now this is where I kind of like I learned enough for what I'm willing to do. So
Okay.
let me chill before I go psycho, because you'll
Okay.
the next thing after once I dig that deep, then I'm aiming to be just a day trader. That is my
Okay.
I get up, this is my hours. I'm gonna sit at this computer, don't talk to me, no phone, no communication, just in my zone. Mad monitors, just following stuff and picking which stock I'm gonna jump in, jump out, jump in. But it comes to that's why I like to be a day trader. It costs $25,000. Like it in certain markets. I mess with TD Ameritrade. In order to be a day trader through TD Ameritrade, it's gonna cost me. Not cost me. I need to have at least 25,000 just sitting in there.
Okay. So explain that. What do you mean? Like, I can't just go trade? Like, why can't I just go trade?
What you doing? You could do it on Robinhood. Cool. Everybody say, "Oh, you get 4 days." They let tell you 4 days. You could trade whatever. But there's so many stocks you ain't not gonna get on Robinhood.
Okay. So what?
The stocks that like that breathalyzer stock, you'll never get that on Robinhood. You couldn't get it on Robinhood before weed was legal. You can't get it on Robinhood now that weed is legal. It's just not going. Some companies that are playing that like there's a big business. Robinhood just didn't come out of nowhere. He got to go through all the questions before a company is even willing to allow somebody to sell on his app.
Okay.
There's more deals to it than people think. It's bigger than what people think, but then that's not my business. I know that you could go on Robinhood, cop something, and then sell it that afternoon and cash out, and that's nice.
Is that a good way to start? Like, if you're beginning, right? If you're starting and you're new to all of this, is that a good place to start?
Robinhood is a great place to start.
Okay.
But now it's all about, are you ready?
What do you mean, am I ready? I'm always ready to make money.
Hey, like for the average person, you can't just rely on somebody telling you a good stock. You can't.
Okay.
Now, are you ready? Are you just playing with it? It depends on, because then that determines how much you're willing to spend for the good stocks or the good shakers and bakers. Now, you buy 20 shares of a stock, it goes up $2, you cash out. It's not a big flip. You don't even know if that's one of them stocks that's shaking and baking that day.
Okay.
There's behind the scene things going on. Everything is the breakdown on the penny is ridiculous. I buy stocks that's like 1/1000th of a cent.
Really?
Yeah. And then that 1/1000th of a cent, as it trickles up so it can become a penny, you make money. Every time it move up, you making a cent, a dollar, something. You making money, but you got to buy a lot of shares. So you got, because there's and you got to commit to that. It's good. It's all of them is risk. Everything.
And I guess some people may sit there and end up being like, well, it's only a couple of, percentage off a penny. What's the profit in it for me? Right? And in my mindset, what I would say is, I don't care if it's a couple of percentage. It's still more of a percentage than you had previous to that, right? So with every little bit, there's always a growth. So I had the question: can anyone trade? And I guess the answer to that is, I guess, several folds, right? So the first one is, you can trade on Robinhood if you don't have 25K.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, oh, back me up. All
Yeah,
right.
you can open a brokerage account with Robinhood. I mean, with TD Ameritrade. You can trade on TD Ameritrade, but you won't be able to day trade.
So explain that because I don't know what that means.
Day trading is I'm coming in. This is in layman terms. Remember, I'm just speaking.
Listen, you know more than me. Okay, so you teaching me.
Day trading is y'all, and this is why it's a money game.
Okay.
It's a money grab. There's risk with everything else. Day trading is when you feel comfortable enough in yourself that you can notice good enough to sit there from when the stock market opened till the stock market closed, just trading, but trading with the intent to sell before the day is over.
Okay. All right.
Now, when you're doing that, if you're watching certain stocks, you don't see it moving like that. You see when you open up Robinhood, since everybody has it. When you open up Robinhood, you scroll right now. You open up Robinhood, scroll through it. The only stocks moving where the numbers is moving is the cryptocurrency stocks.
Okay.
At this very moment, they are moving. Numbers is jumping. I tell you right now, because I was
You see, he got that screen up there. I told you.
right now. Doge, because everybody's been talking this Doge or Dodge or whatever you want to call it. 25 cents. Look, this is the number on that I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
Verbatim. 0.255 up 4968. That's how many numbers come after the dot for cents.
Okay.
All them back numbers is moving, and as those move, if they move a certain amount of numbers, the Maya value goes up and down. Not even before it go back to 26 cents.
Okay.
Those back numbers is moving. There's so many back numbers back there just moving, and you can make money that way. So if I'm a day trade, if I got 25 racks to spend, imagine how many shares I'm gonna buy of this 25-cent stock.
Okay.
Now, when it moves, your profit is there. You see different numbers when you buy more. That's why us average people, that's why I always aim for 1,000 and better. Like every stock I have, I'm trying to get 1,000 and better. Just because and I want 10,000. I want to get to the point where I can get 100,000 one day. But by the time I get to that, I would enjoy being a day trader. That's an early morning shift. Still got the sun out. I can chill. A good day work depends on how I celebrate.
So can you do that on Robinhood? Can you almost kind of quote unquote day trade on Robinhood?
Yeah, that's why everybody love it, because you can put your money in and take it out
In the same day.
You could at least sell it in the same day.
Okay.
I could do it on TD Ameritrade, but because I don't have 25 racks sitting around in that shit, I'll get flagged. They'll freeze my account for a minute. I'll be punished.
So if you don't have that 25K in Ameritrade and can't do the day trade, what kind of trading can you do that's different?
It's just regular. The day trade.
I don't know what regular is. That's what I'm saying. Bro, I'm so serious when I'm telling you, you're teaching me.
All right, so trading is, and tell you the truth, you could do regular trading is just not trying to sell it in the same day.
But you can sell it the next day if you want?
No, but like you're trying to hit, so you're chasing shit. That's all we doing. That's all it is. It's like going to a casino and trying to come home with some bread. That is.
I mean, basically,
everybody we know go to casinos. So
yes,
in the most lamest terms, you are actually got a better chance of your bread flipping in the stocks than you do of coming out of the casino with bread.
Okay. Now we were talking and you were mentioning something about banks. So is there different rules with different banks? Like what banks allow you to trade?
All banks will there's got banks that these are the big banks, man. When people I don't want to be shooting at no banks, but these banks are the heavy hitters, man. These banks run the world. Your money, like this is a different. I mean, you could call it what you want. People could say what they want, but they got banks in places, certain areas for certain reasons. Take it how you want. I ain't here to bash. But you could, and this is what I was saying. Like, so say you don't want to go through all that work, because that's what I meant.
Mhm.
It's anybody could trade. But do you
Okay.
really want to trade, or is this some shit that you think is a fad and you're gonna play with it? But if you, and that's what I'm saying, then it depends on how much money you got. And
Uh,
there is a risk. But you could also have one of these banks, they got management's company part departments that you could just take out $200 a week out your check or however, and just put it towards that, and they'll put it on medium risk, moderate risk. You pick which risk,
so almost like your 401k, your 403b,
and then
your
but they playing with them. They you play you to have a say. Like you sit down with them, it's more deeper than that. But you got to take that step, and then once you do that, that's the safest route to put away a couple of dollars. Which means, and you got to sacrifice. That's what I mean, and that's the key thing to this stock shit. You got to sacrifice, man. Don't say
so one of my questions is it harder than it looks?
you just got to It is harder because a lot of people won't sacrifice. There's a lot of things I don't do. I don't go shopping. I don't, because the money I spent on clothes, I'd rather just keep dumping. I'm gonna keep dumping. It's not. I'm not telling nobody to do nothing. That it's work. You want to know what companies you invest in. You want to know what they trade. Yeah, I get emails when I got email right now. Facts. You can check all the stocks on whatever. I got the email about Tilray and Alpharia, two companies that's about to merge. Because I have stocks in both of them, they got to email their shareholders to give us an opportunity to vote.
Okay.
Or not,
Vote for what? The merge?
whether or not they should merge. Do we agree to the pay? Listen, this is serious business. I get to get this email and read these documents, and
Okay.
then weigh in. And I ain't got mad bread in this shit, but I'm still gotta say so. It's a way different. Listen, you talking about generational wealth. Everybody say we need help from these people. We need help from these. Invest in the fucking stocks. You're gonna get help from everybody because the world got to go around.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's not as hard. You have to be a little more dedicated. Even if you do the little 401k, you get the app, you get to check it. I mean, like
Yep.
the little thing through Merrill Lynch, that's Bank of America. You got Goldman Sachs, which is not up here, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, TD Bank. Any of them banks, you get the app. You could trade. You could have a brokerage account. You could already have separated and set up an account so that $200 a week or a month going to store stash towards house, a 3 year, a 4 year plan, like a little 4 year stash thing. Let it flip in the stocks. See what it comes out to. It's safe risk, low risk, or moderate risk. They'll give you a percentage of what you should average in the time that you did it, according to what you agree with. To let you
Are
know
there any penalties with taking this money out where like you would with your 401k?
with the other one yet, because you agreeing to a term.
Okay. So
So
if
it's a
you pull it out early,
penalty would be it deters you from touching it.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is when people gotta set goals. Like I'm trying to save 3,000 by the end of this. I'm trying to have this much within 3 years. All right, put 200 away while you still working and stacking.
Mm-hmm.
You have after 3 years, see what you got.
I mean, you figure we're giving in our federal and our state taxes, we're giving them our money to hold on to anyway, right? Like, why can't we give a bank our money to hold on to and actually flip it
That's what the
versus versus giving it to the government and you just get back, hopefully at the end of the year, you don't owe them, right? So,
let me
I
tell you.
mean,
Let me tell you a funny
yeah,
story. I When I first got onto the breathalyzer thing, I heard about this. I was like, oh shit. I bought it at 42 cents. When I try to push that shit to people just to tell them, I posted it. One dude said, I ain't voting for that because I smoke weed. And I sat there and I was like, all right, cool, hold up. I smoke weed. I know that the breathalyzer that they was talking about said it could dictate if you smoke within the last 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 10 minutes. So when you blowing this shit, you might as well just have a snicker. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, at least and this is me being silly and serious.
Mm-hmm.
If I got shares like I got shares in that shit, guess who's paying for it?
You are exactly.
But whoever the fuck is out, whatever machine I blew in, I got percentage in that. I'll let them get some of that bread back. That's it. Like that was my concept. Like, all right, cool, yeah. Oh, I'm anti of the government. No, they're gonna do it. Just like
So yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Regardless of whether you smoke weed or not, just like now that they're making marijuana legal in most states, just like alcohol is legal, you just can't drive a motor vehicle while under the influence, and therefore they're gonna need to have some kind of device that can decipher whether you're under the influence or not, and not just by you don't. I'd rather them have a device that can tell that rather than just going, I think they're high and taking your ass in, right? You know what I'm saying? And then for every little silly thing you do, they're like, I think he's high, and then they take you in. Where so you bought that stock when it was 42 cents a share. Where is it at so far? Oh, he gonna go look at his little screen. See, it's not even a little screen. He can go look at this big old screen he got up there.
I want to be exact because they kill you online and being exact. And I know there's a lot of real dudes out there talking stock stuff, but it's just simple. It's not as complicated as you make it. We take risk all day. We take risk just being black men. You can't. I could risk not looking for having the latest shit.
Mm-hmm.
The dollars into something for my son's future. If we're talking about generational wealth,
Absolutely.
you're gonna get it. Waiting for somebody to donate it to us or set us up right now. You gotta invest in yourself.
So for someone who may be a little, kind of apprehensive about, go ahead.
115.
So when you bought it, it was 42 cents a share, and now it's 115. So how much profit is that in a share? Because I ain't doing that math in my head. You got a calculator up in there? There's somebody at the other end of the screen like, wait, hold on, just do the damn simple math. And I'm like, nope. So it's 115.
Let's just round it off to 50. So you figure for
40, yeah.
So you figure for the 50 cent.
So it's 41 cents, right?
Like $1.15, I still gained $1.15. Even if I rounded off the 42 cents to 50. I gained I gained
73 cents. 73 cents per share.
That's what it is.
Yep, 73 cents per share, your increase. So 73%, 73 cents per share increase is over a 50% profit, right? What is that? Almost 66% profit, something like that. I don't know. Don't do the math because I'm probably wrong, but it's over 50%.
Yeah, I ain't come here with math.
I couldn't even.
The questions didn't had me thinking math. But,
No.
But you gotta look. I bought. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's down now for what because I bought it at 40. This is a stock that I believed in. Like every sense about this stock, and everybody may fall in love with a stock, which is dangerous. So you got. That's why it's good to have just not be by yourself. Like have a network of people that's into stocks, because you got to stay alert. I was stuck so much on the weed. I bought weed stocks before I even thought about this weed being legal.
Okay.
But like the therapeutic stocks and the companies there's so many companies that I'm not looking for like the brand weed. I'm looking for the company, like the companies that's going to medical companies, the medical marijuana. So I was investing in stuff like that when I was saying, man, some of them stocks still ain't get to a penny yet.
Wow.
They just stocks. Like it was, what's the risk? I could lose that. I ain't only paid. If I got one stock right here. I'll give you an honest assessment. Like 7,000 shares of a stock that's
Is the information hard to read too?
24 thousandths of a cent. 24 thousandths of a cent. I bought 7,000 shares for $28. Do you think I care if I lose?
Right,
28
right,
$28 I spend by accident. So
right.
so it's always Peter pay for Paul. So if I'm gonna put it into here, I can't do this. I can't go buy that bottle this week because this week this money goes here, and then I take
So
this.
so let's talk about that. Like, I can't buy this bottle because of this, right? So most people are like, I don't have the extra cash to trade. I don't have the extra cash to make that risk with. What would you say to those people who say they don't have that extra cash for that risk, but buy a bag of chips every day?
My
I'm just saying.
listen, I always listen. My thing is, I'm gonna look at your nails. I'm gonna look at the shoes and the feet for the guys. I want to look at these things.
Mm-hmm.
I know math. Don't let how I dress fool you. I know clothes. I know
Mm-hmm.
prices. You're not gonna tell me you can't afford it. I know you cannot, man. Like, there's no way to tell me you can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that you could cut for a little bit. You don't smoke, all right? So maybe you're addicted to what? Nails every week? I don't know. Sitting in the salon every week. I cut my own hair. I shave my own face. I don't go to the barbershop. That's $25 I don't spend weekly.
Mm-hmm. So I had told my stepson one time to put $5 a day away for a year. And at the end of the year, he would have $1,825. So if somebody put $5 a day away and then had that extra cash to go trade, it's possible. Because people think, like $5 a day is like, oh, it's not. You're buying a bag of chips, you're buying a soda, you're going to McDonald's real quick. You bought that extra fancy bread instead of just a regular 67 cents a loaf bread. There is an opportunity for you to find $5 a day and put it away. I think we could all find $5 and put it away.
I gotta give one. I commend one person that because I actually witnessed it, so I can't commend everybody. There's one person that when I first decided to buy this stock for 24 cents, I told a group of people. I text mad people, mad people.
Yes, he shares his info. He don't keep it secret.
And it was either buy it or not. I really ain't here to break everything down, especially through text. So if you needed to chat to me, hit me up. Regardless, one day I popped up at an event and it was like, yo, I bought it. I said,
Mm-hmm.
like at that time it was like 100 shares, 100 and something shares, 200 shares. I don't know what she was paid. And she was like, I bought it at 24 cents, but I haven't looked at it. So she wasn't even really trying to invest. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
for the whole thing wasn't for her. But she did open that account with TD Ameritrade, which the minimum of balance was $50. You need $50 to open the account. She put $50. She put $100 in there and bought 100. So she got 240 shares, 200 and 124 cents. She probably had she had a nice amount of shares. She took $100 that she needed to she put into that account, never put another dime into that account, and bought those stocks at 24 cents. So that percentage you told her that you came up with, she made that because she's never bought it again. So the price
Okay.
fluctuates. Now you get an average now of what you spent per share. The more you buy, no matter what price. I done paid for that stock at $1.50, 64 cents. Like, I buy it to get to that 1,000 while taking care of taking care of shit. But at the same time, the struggle is real. And if I'm
Yeah.
I struggle and I look at the account and I'm like, all right, if all else fail, and I sold everything from TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, I could
Would you
figure.
have profit?
I give me a yeah, what? I give me. I
You
have a,
said like, what are you saying? Like,
I,
how are you talking, right?
I'll enough to figure it out. If all
Okay.
else failed and I had to start from, and everything else failed, if I would cash this out and this was and I was down to my knuckles, couldn't get a job, all else failed, I still have enough to comfortably figure it out. It may
So
not be 3 months, which is what I'm aiming for, but a month and a half to just figure it out. Like I'm all right. I got money to do enough of this. It's still gonna. I'm still in gonna be in a bad situation compared to people in bad situations. Like you still have something to just bounce off. Like I play with mines. I ain't putting the 200 away yet. That's maybe once everything else start. But right now, I play with mines. I pick and choose what I want to sell. I sell it when I want to sell it. I'm a gamble when I want to gamble, and that's what I do. But I make sure that this is, like you said, this is on. This is up. It's one of my options.
so for someone who's starting out, right, who's new to all of this and just trying to grab some information and make it relevant to what they know, what and what you saying, there's so many stocks out there, right? There's so many stocks on the market that you can purchase and trade with. Where does someone begin? Like where, like what? Should they stick with the medical? Should they stick with computers and technology? Like for someone who's starting and wants a soft start, like just to kind of get their feet wet and grow, where do you recommend they get their feet wet, in what kind of department and field?
You,
There's so many, right?
all right. So listen, you're gonna have stocks there's stocks that just been around, like that made it through transition and transitions. This is a transition phase. This whole COVID-19 mad distraction, while so many laws, while so many things is going to transition for where they believe they want to take it. So this whole everything, or these shits popping up everywhere, the COVID, everything is real. People are dying from it. But at the end of the day, this is still a game to these people. So the market is moving, and you watch the climate. So you got these dudes trying to shoot off a spaceship to the moon or whatever they fuck want to shoot it. You know what I do? I invested in some spaceship.
Space Force.
Like I hear about drones. I'll be like, all right, let me invest in some drones while it ain't popping yet. But we all know they coming.
Oh yeah.
And then why not get it while for the low now? But I'm watching. This is how the world looks shifting to me. At the end of the day, we all love this cryptocurrency stuff. It sounds great. I got some.
I don't trust it.
I got some for what people should, with cryptocurrency, it's like day trading. I put it in, I'm watching it, it's up all the time. I got Robinhood on my TV. This app thing is cool, but don't show you enough and it don't give you enough. So I watch it, and I've been watching, I let this ride because I'm up. Because I bought the Doge. My hidden sister hit me when it was 11 cents. I bought some.
I don't understand it. That's a whole nother topic in itself.
All right, so back to what I was saying. Gold, and this is what I was getting to the cryptocurrency. For those who don't trust in cryptocurrency, and for those people who believe that if there was a glitch, what happens to your bread? Because it's just numbers until somebody cashes it. It's just still as ones and zeros until somebody cashes it. So for those who don't believe in that, invest in gold. Gold, silver, mineral, because those things, no matter what happens to the cyber world, those things reign supreme when it comes to currency, man.
So what about things that have been out there for like forever? Like, for example, diapers, tampons, toothpaste, stuff like that. Like things like that, like are not going anywhere.
I mean, you better off investing in like Chevy, GM. It ain't going nowhere. It's a government issued truck. How safe can you get? You pay attention. Look, this is what I'm saying. When you look at a car beyond it looks good. When you that somebody's looking at that car just seeing dollar signs. cents, change, numbers. I enjoy chasing numbers. It's the same
Okay.
thing. It's the same fix I would have got if I was when I was decided to get my high off on selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like those things you chase.
Yeah.
Why not chase it in a way that I can't even get arrested for this shit? I can't even get arrested for telling y'all I'm not a stockbroker. I'm not breaking no rules. That's why Reddit boys got away with that shit. You couldn't break.
Talk about that a little bit. Talk about that a little bit so people can understand what was the big deal about it. What was the big deal about it?
They didn't want niggas getting no bread like that. They didn't want niggas getting no bread like that. It wouldn't have been a problem if that Robin Hood didn't afford from everybody to have some a chance to take a jump on that. Everybody and their mother got Robin Hood. They was mad at Robin Hood, man. They ain't man.
So now do we all lose out?
Let me say
Yeah.
one thing that I don't really hear people say. People bet the hedge fund dudes can. It's okay to bet that the company will sink. So if I put my money on a company sinking and the company is so close to being out the door, and then these little fucking badass motherfuckers push this shit back up, I lose because I was betting on it going down.
Okay.
So that's what they was mad at. That they bet on it go down. Somebody say, yo, if we get enough people and you shake, you can move the world. Numbers. Everybody keeps saying, yo, we gotta unite. Unite your ass in the stocks and move some numbers for each other.
Instead of moving them fucking ounces and pounds, right?
You gotta fight over this money. There's a lot of money to be moved. And you gotta know when to fold them, and that's it. You just cash out when you want to cash. I'm a risk taker. So I'm pushing.
So here's my thing, right? So for my street dudes, you guys are risk takers when you out there and you hustling, right? And slinging it. You taking the risk of getting caught and going to jail and doing time. This is just a different type of risk,
That's,
right?
that's what the African kid told me. And this, I kid you not, man. He said, y'all American niggas is crazy. Listen, man. This people don't understand. Like you're judged by the mentality, and we play. We want to play, and really don't really want to work. Like our parents, like when the look at the people who really own businesses out this way. We got the wherever they come. I don't like putting it on one. The Middle East, Stern.
Mhm.
You got the West Indians or wherever Guyana. Well, yeah, because I'm in where I'm at, it's mad. They own everything. They put these silver fences up with gold balls on them. You got money. They lived in a class. Like they lived
Mhm.
my house is not like these houses on this block. Like they make sure, which kind of seems like some racist shit, but we ain't gonna go there. But
Stupid.
I'm saying like think you better than me, but but what I was saying because it's I hate when I do that.
You go up. You were saying about the I guess the different groups. I don't know what you were trying to get at it, but the hood mentality that the African guy said that you
All
okay.
right. He said, "Yo, y'all niggas is stupid." Yo, the way he said it with his African accent, he's my man. It just sounded hilarious. I don't take nothing personal.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Y'all niggas." I knew he just wasn't talking about me, so I can't take it personal. Y'all American niggas is stupid. And he said, "Yo, y'all sell mad drugs, man, and y'all invest in barbershops and all this stupid shit." You're supposed to put your money. They don't fuck with you. It's different. You play like it's a I don't know, man. It's just the way he explained it to me at that time in '99 was like, nigga, fuck a barbershop. Man. How much you gonna pay for the barbershop? What you pay a month? Man, put that shit in the stocks, man. These are and just look. And he told me, yo, just the climate. Like, pay attention to what's going on. So in '99, whatever was going on, he was pointing them shits out for free. Or for just because of niggas, we here, we start. I fuck with you, you fuck with me. It wasn't like I was like, oh, trying to even make fun of the dude. Like he was a good dude. And he just put me on. I realized the stock people only share it with people that they believe are good dudes.
Yeah. Well,
They
so
believe you're a good dude. They gotta believe you're worthy to
of
not
negative disinformation. So now my question is like, where are you, because obviously like you're looking into different things and you're like, oh wow, that's about to pop off, like I just got this bit of news. Are you looking towards the UK, the Middle East, Korea, China? Like, are you looking to cipher information from breaking news, or like where are we trying to grab this information from to come up with a summation of, all right, this is kind of where I want to go. This is going to be the new thing. Like, so with the weed inhaler, the weed detector, right? Like with that, we know that weed is becoming more legal in more states, and that's going to be a thing. But back when you guys were talking about it, that wasn't the thing. So where should they just always be in the current news of all different countries, flipping the pages, looking through the internet?
Tell you the truth, you don't really gotta go. The internet is it. Like that's what I'm saying. This is, I mean, you want to keep up with the times. You want to not be outdated. You got to reboot. You got to update. You got to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Like this is if the computer's got to do it, what the fuck makes you better than a computer? Like upgrade. If you think you the shit, then there's some more shit you probably could be.
Mm-hmm.
Keep upgrading, updating. So it's not. It's just you just pay attention to companies. If I lived in New York City, man, firsthand, like see, and like actually a person who lives in New York City, you watch the world go around. Literally, people pay millions to live in a crowded city. Nobody ever wonders why. Just watching money, people's life walk by, and you just above it, just staring down. And they look at that, and they got numbers, and they got shit invested in everything you do. Gas, like there's so many things you can invest in that people are just their kids is good. When you see them young Arab kids, everybody like, oh, they family. No, they family taught them how to work first.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get older. They was working as kids. Everybody like, oh man, that's funny, laughing at the little young kid in the store. That nigga went and fixed his teeth.
Stupid.
You know,
I'm working on that. I'm working on that.
and now you look at him while he pushing the latest car down the block, going, how the fuck? I don't even see him on the block. His family. Yeah, his family invested. We gotta invest, man. We can't wait for nobody to like say.
And I think that's the mentality that we need to give our children. Talking, going back to talking about that generational wealth, right? Is that we've gotta, like, my son has that mindset. Thank God. My younger one has that mindset. My middle one, he's just trying to make a quick buck and keep it moving, and doesn't think about the long term. Like, doesn't think about what I'm gonna do when I'm 80, or 90, and or when I can't work no more, and like what am I gonna do then, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking, even when I was 20, I bought life insurance because I was always thinking about the future. But the one thing I never got into was the stocks. But I'm telling you, the more and more I hear you talk, I'm always like, damn, I need to get ahead and open up this Robinhood account. Just like do it. Like I just need to do it. And
Account, you just gotta like it's good to know things. Like I get texts from people that now, like you get those texts. You'll get a text with a pop-up now because you in that group. And that's how the Reddit people started their own group. We could create an app, black owned app. Everybody talk this shit. That's why I don't understand all the stuff that go. Not gonna get into this. But we could. I mean, it's nothing. People are open and creating apps, man. They've been creating apps. You know how easy and how it's not that much hard to create an app. But they don't teach us this thing, and then the ones that should be teaching us don't just they just woosah. I'm investing in myself. I got a group of people that are investing in themselves, and then at that time we just built a team, and now we just work together, and it's everybody.
Listen, when you surround yourself around like-minded people, you're gonna produce what that mind is like, right? You're not gonna, when you surround yourself, and that was the first thing I had to learn when becoming a teen mom, and that I had to get myself out of that circle that put me in that position. And not that they did it, obviously, but the circle I surrounded myself with wasn't very savory. So when I parted my ways and started hanging out with people who are actually doing something with their life, that's what I wanted, right? That's what I wanted to do. So get around someone who's trading and take a look at what they're doing. Ask questions. Look for Papi Jae at Talking Real on Facebook. He's always adding information. He has his Patreon page where you can go and he has his conversations there. But I do have a question, like to kind of tie this up in a nice little pretty bow, which is what are some of the key factors that someone would need to know to start trading? Like if you could do the top 3, top 5, whatever, top 2, whatever key pieces of information and say you have to at least do this, this, and this to start, what would that be?
One, willing to understand that even no matter how much you read on it and think you may not know.
Okay.
You get tunnel vision on one thing. So you have to network. You have to have a network. You have to have like network. Reach out to people. If somebody say you could ask them anything on their shit, then ask them. Like network. Really networks if you're really looking to learn anything. And you gotta number one, you just gotta be willing to do research and sacrifice. Number one would be sacrifice. If you ain't gonna sacrifice, then all the rest of these down the list, you're not gonna make it. But sacrifice, you gotta be really willing to sacrifice for your future, for your child's future, for whatever you got going on future. Like it's willing to sacrifice a couple of dollars that you really got. Then you got number 2 would be commitment. You have to commit some time, a nice amount of time just to figure it out. Understand your app, understand what the bank, whatever brokerage firm you go, bank you go through, understand all the terms, like not really go crazy. Because as long as you it's your money. So you're gonna at the end of the day, don't let it scare you all the crazy terms. But some terminologies you got, and trust me, they got the best customer service.
Because they want your money though.
They talk to you, enjoy talking to you, tell you to call back. Like you ask them, listen, man, they teeter the line. They teeter the line when if you hit them up with a trick question in there while you talking to them about some account. Start slipping like, oh yeah, I don't think you should tell me that. No, be on the phone as a conspirator to this. So you have to be dedicated to research. You have to go online, Google. I Google when Jay-Z said that when I first heard Monogram on Joe Budden podcast, I ran to the computer. First thing I looked up was Monogram stock. Mm-hmm. What the weed looked like, how much grams was in it, THC, nothing. I went straight to the thing like this, boom, hit a brick wall. But as you get the link to the weed, now I admire the bottle for a minute, and then I click another button, and next thing you know, I'm looking at who's he partnered with. Fuck it, you don't want to tell me he ain't got a stock. Let's see if the company he partnered with got a stock. Boom, what pops up? They have a stock.
See,
but it's not IPO, so you can't buy into IPO unless you basically a millionaire. And if you're a millionaire, then you get through this vault that I keep running into every time I try to. I'm telling you, just to open the account, they ask you if you make $1 million. Or are you worth $1 million? Do you have $1 million? And then if you say no, they ask you, do you average $200,000 a year? And when you say no and click, and then it acts like it's going to send you to the next page, like it gives you a chance to skip, that should bounce you right back.
Really?
You don't even go nowhere. It's just bang, wrong answer. And that's it. They got a private thing that if you average 200,000 a year, you could get all the IPO stocks. You could get whatever stock that they IPO. You could jump right in like this. I want some of those before it even go into the stock market.
So why? So this is we're nearing the end, but like that just pissed me off a little bit.
It's a money game. That's why I say when you look at it that way, why wouldn't you invest when this game is that serious?
So, but yeah, that's my thing. But like, that's just helping the richer get rich.
What?
That's just helping the rich get richer by not allowing other people to purchase those stocks. And only if you have money can you make more money.
We know what a country we live in.
Like that just pissed me off even more.
This is what I'm saying. This should motivate people to play the game.
And build your way up there and
Build your
slowly.
own,
Mm-hmm.
build your own. Listen, everybody's like, yo, it was like a million Reddit boys. They made the shit go up. None of y'all
Did they get money out of that? Did they get profit out of that?
they cashed out. If I paid 500 and that should jump, if I paid 500 when the stock was $4 and that should go up to $500 and I sell it, of course, ding, 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 this is over. That's why that shit started crashing like that. Everybody, I got mines, and they bounced. And the hedge funds couldn't control all that movement, and the Reddit and Robinhood couldn't control all that movement. Because as soon as that shit shot up, people were selling. And everybody got their selling point. I might wait till it get to 500 or 499 or 495, whatever it was. Somebody else might be happy with that shit getting to $50 if they bought it at 4. If you had 10 people standing here and you said, yo, open your eyes, and all of us had one stock that was at the same price, and we seen and that we was watching that shit climb, I guarantee you I'll be close to the last person standing. I won't say that but I know there's some people that would be like, bing, and sell it.
So did you watch it while it was happening? Like, did you see it while it was happening or no?
I was dead. I took Black History Month off. That's when it happened, man. I told you, I was like this. But I was overlogic. I was overthinking it because I knew about the Reddit app and all that stuff, but I ain't really paid that shit no more. So I was sitting there going, GameStop. There's like 2 stores left in this whole fucking city.
My son was like, didn't they sell out? Didn't they all close? I
was like, and everybody's buying video games through their console.
Yeah.
So why would I buy GameStop? Didn't know that there was some crazy shit going on. I don't know why they woke up and decided to pick these stocks, but they was picking the stocks that I was like, and I had the little sundial one. And then when they said, yo, you can't sell it or do this, I was like, you know what? Fuck these shits. But they did that. And we know that they did that. And we get it. Now you get in the game, you shake the block. Now you want change. How are we going to get our voices heard? You have to invest in something that these motherfuckers, when you shake, they listen, man. They Reddit shook their ass.
Right. Instead of buying, like, my theory is instead of buying those Jordans, invest in the stock, right?
That shit called for a hearing, a Senate hearing, man.
Really?
Robert Hood went and had to talk in front of the Senate and about what the fuck happened. That shit shook the block. And then when you sit there and tell people, yo, listen, we can shake the block. How? You're gonna have to sacrifice. I say that all the time. You have to. People think it's like you gotta sacrifice your life. No, you're gonna have to sacrifice because all of us, or many people, will have to be invested in these same stocks. And you can shake any stock you want with purchases.
So I'm gonna have to get me some private Papi Jae time so we could get ahead. And I got a little extra something I could put in the wind and watch it blow away if it needs to or grow.
Listen, you don't need a lot. You just need to know if you open that account and for some reason you find yourself opening that account, then you just call me anytime and ask questions. And I'll tell you and what you see, with your climate, what's going on in the world, the real world, not your world. What's going on in the world?
Right. Well, shit going on in my world.
Look, lumber prices is going up. Invest lumber.
What's going up?
Lumber.
Oh, hell yeah, lumber prices are going up.
So then if you invested in lumber. Like there's things that the world there's a lot of things that's going to be needed and
like I should have invested in toilet paper back in 2019. Shit, right?
I would have never invested. I would have never had
you wouldn't. Why would you think to invest in fucking toilet paper?
That is the stock that I trust that I want to waste money with. There's nothing I'm getting out of that. That's like just giving your money away.
I'm saying with all that shit, with all the toilet paper that went and they couldn't even keep up with production.
Yeah, but now you got to remember, when you wake up or close your eyes or blink, that shit could drop. So you have to be dedicated if you think if you're in it for a stock. Like that's like a day trade stock. You get in there, but that would have been like a little month. They was going.
Yeah, that would have been a nice.
Yeah. So you would have bought it, and as you seen that they even started talking about everything is calming down, you sell that shit. But you
Yep.
got every day check that shit, see where it's at. Go on your app while you on your break. See, like for me, when I'm out, while people
Mm-hmm.
checking their Facebook, Instagram, selfies. When I pull out my phone, I'm opening up my stocks. And
See.
I'm looking through my shit because I could sell right through my phone. I got
See.
control of how my money moves. So if I lose it, I lost it. That's how I feel. Like I could do the 200 thing, but that's like some do your job type thing. So
Yeah.
I got a steady flow of money coming in, so I could
No,
just
I want to do my own stuff where I could move it around and play with it and buy and sell and all of that stuff. Like I want to get comfortable with that. So I want to start small, get comfortable with that. And that's what I'm saying. I need some private time so I can get ahead and be like, all right, this is what I got to start with. Where am I going with
well,
it?
I'm gonna tell you to put half of it in a breathalyzer. I tell everybody, you got listen, you got a Robinhood account, take $50, go through all the shit you gotta go through, get yourself if you're in Bank of America's, go sit down with Merrill Lynch. They got the shit in the bank. Like go online, apply for the thing, get the they all got apps. You could and just invest, just look at things, check out the climate. All of us bump up on we'll all meet up on the crossroad if everybody's on the right thing with the climate. And when everybody start investing and that number start going up, then you make a couple of dollars and then you take it and you flip it into something else. You take that money instead of yanking it out, you flip it in some other stocks that you see while the world is changing or while things is progressing. And anytime a company even mentions something, any company that make the news, my news feed, I'm reading the article, seeing what sneaky shit they up to, and then I'm going to check the stocks to see how they shit is moving. And that's
Hmm.
me though. I'm wired that way. But for the average person, take $50, go to TD Ameritrade, take your $50 plus whatever if you add some, and just buy the breathalyzer stock. And give it another 2 years while they figure out all the kinks before everybody will be going into their fucking shit to start their car because they couldn't.
Yep.
So you don't gotta believe me. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying, but watch the climate, man. They're not letting you drive around high.
Hell no.
So just like alcohol, yes, it is legal. And just like alcohol, nobody understands why that shit is 0.8. But you know what? They made the rules. 0.8 it is, and your ass gonna go.
That's right. That's
So
right.
they're gonna
Listen, the one thing I do when I go to the casinos is my table is roulette, right? That is a complete game of risk and chance, right? There is nothing. I mean, I'm sure statistically there is some type of, but it is way too hard to sit down and figure it out. But that's the one game I seem to always win is roulette. And what the one thing I always do is I take my $100, I put it down on the table, put it all in, and start doing my little bit here, my little bit there, my little bit right. Like I don't play the outsides. Never play the outsides. I always play the insides because I got more of an opportunity to win. While it's a smaller win, that's still just giving me a little bit more to play with, right? That's what this sounds like. Like what we're talking about. Then once I hit over my 100, I cash out my black chip, get my black chip, put that in my pocket, boop, right? And then I sit there and I play with just my winnings. So that if I lose everything, I've lost nothing. So that's why I'm saying I need to get into this whole thing right here.
that's your
But,
that's
huh?
your goal. That is your goal. Your goal is exactly what you said. You are trying to invest in a stock, watch it get to 100% gain. You can sell whatever you got. Make sure you or just you. I like me. I just like once I get to it, my money is enough where I could take my money that I put into that one stock back. Now that stock is free.
Yep.
It's discipline.
Mm-hmm.
you looking, but it depends on what you plan on doing with what are you investing for? Are you really investing for generational wealth to take care of you, your loved ones, their loved ones? Or are you investing because you just want to invest and keep a couple of dollars look good? Let everybody know something. Because then the way you do it, that determines how much you invest, that determines how much you let it grow. Some people won't let it get to 100%. I got
Yeah, it depends on what you're comfortable with. But we're at that hour mark, and I want to ask you my final question that I ask every guest that ever comes on the show, and that is, what is some lasting piece of advice you could give the viewers?
something I learned yesterday.
Oh, we're always learning.
Um, whatever you decide to do, whatever your one, stop questioning your desires and wishes, your dreams. Stop questioning them because of outside noise. And when you set out to accomplish your goal, as much as you want to believe that the ones you believe are the closest to you will support you, be prepared. Go out and achieve your goal for you. Go out, achieve your goal, appreciating help, willing to accept help, but not because of help. That's what I
I
want.
hear you.
Not because of help.
I like that. I like that. Definitely like that. I'm a hard person to take a helping hand, but I've learned that sometimes you just need that little bit of leg up. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I think we got into it. Definitely,
Yeah.
I know this show is for other people, for the viewers, but it was all for me. Because I'm telling you, what I kept telling you, I really don't know. I don't know. You was teaching me. So I appreciate you coming on and sharing that information and that knowledge that you have. You can find Papi Jae over at Talking Real on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Go through my page, you'll find him. I've always shared some of his stuff on my page. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are a first time viewer,
Please,
so that you can
all
get
right,
notifications.
stop. Let's stick together. Numbers.
That's
Everybody
right.
out on
That's right.
the YouTube game, man. I'm gonna because they say I'm angry all the time.
Silly. But listen, I'm going to leave you guys with what I tell everybody at the end of the show, which is, if all you've experienced is all you know, then you are in a deficit of knowledge. I want to thank you so much for joining us this first Sunday back from the break.
And I was on the
Um,
first episode.
you were, yes, you were. So I thank you guys so much for coming on, watching, staying tuned. We had a couple of steady viewers, loved it. I think they were just into it, probably writing their little notes in a notebook, and that's why we was missing some comments and stuff. But check me back out next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. And on that note, one love.